Hi everyone.
How are you? Welcome to our virtual cooking class. My name is Xing Yan and I'm the founder of Your Right. And we are an app to help you to cook, give you ideas, manage groceries. I'm with Payal from Commune Kitchen.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm not going to say Happy Diwali yet because it's not Diwali yet, but we are going to be making a very special Diwali meal today. So let's get started, shall we?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have all your ingredients ready? So it's a cook-along session. You should have received the recipes and all the ingredients. And we're going to do step by step. When you have questions, feel free to you can unmute and tell us the questions. I think today it's quite an intimate class. You can directly, or you can type in the chat box and I'll help you to ask the questions. Are you ready? Thumbs up.
So we're actually making 3 dishes today. We're doing a chingri machir malai, which is a prawn curry from the east of India. Fabulous, fabulous recipe. Very mild, beautiful recipe. Kids love it and adults do too.
Yes.
And then we're going to be doing a North Indian recipe called Aloo Gobi, which is just cauliflower and potatoes, spiced cauliflower and potatoes. And we're also making a pulao, a turmeric pulao, which we are going to get started with first. Okay.
Shall we? Let's make the rice first.
All right. So I'm really sorry, but there was a typo in the recipe. It should have been 260 grams of basmati rice and not 160. So those little cups that you get with your rice cooker, I'll show you mine.
I was trying to get us go on low carb diet, but I don't think, we really like that. We like rice go well with the curry that we're going to make.
Okay. So this is my little cup. It's about 180 ml. And this weighs about 130 grams of basmati rice. If you've got it measured out already, please get 260 grams ready. So 2 cups of this.
2 cups.
Okay. Yep. And I have got mine out already. So I'm going to show you that now.
And we're going to cook the rice with some ingredients as well, right?
Yeah. So the rice has been soaking. It's right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've got my rice ready. And I hope everyone has soaked their rice. It's very important that you soak your basmati rice for at least an hour before cooking it, because otherwise the grain is not as fluffy. Basmati rice is very mature rice and it needs to sit in water for a while to absorb all that water. Mm-hmm. So the grains are nice and fluffy and separate from each other. Okay. Cooked. So I hope you've rinsed it already and I hope you've soaked it. If you have done that already, please give me a thumbs up. Mine has been sitting in water and I'm just going to set it aside. Now, once you guys are done with this step, let's move on to making our prawn curry now.
Yes.
All right. So for the prawn curry, you need to get out your prawns. All right. Do we need to focus the camera here or no? Or are we good? We've got our prawns ready here. I have already peeled and deveined most of them, but I want to show you how to peel and devein them anyway. Okay. So I left a couple of them out. All right.
I need the phone.
I have left a couple of them out, and this is a large tiger prawn. As you can see, it's got its head and its tail, everything intact.
Yes.
And this is how you peel it.
Okay.
I am going to show you how to do this if you've never done it before.
Okay.
So we basically twist the head. So I'm just going to twist the head and pull. Okay. A lot of times, if your prawns are super fresh, when you pull like this, you kind of pull out the vein as well in there, the dirty stuff.
Yes.
In there, okay? And I have a little bowl here, which I'm going to use. All right, just throw the head in there. And then you put your thumb underneath the body here, where the legs are, and you take the shell off like this. All right, so one.
It's a very crispy sound.
Yes, because it's super fresh. If you had heard me do this morning, it was even crispier because I got these this morning from the market.
I see.
Okay, so there we go. This is done. And now you got to get the vein out. So what you do is you make a little slit along the backbone, and then you use the tip of your knife to get that dirty vein out. Okay?
Wow.
All right, so that's done. Okay, and your prawn is basically ready to use now. Okay, this is good now. All right.
Very clean.
Okay, it's ready to use. Basically.
Yay.
Okay, you rinse it very quickly. Before you use it, just to get rid of any gunk that's in there.
Yes.
Okay, so I will do that very quickly. You just follow me. Yeah, what's this one here? We'll just rinse this quickly over here.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. This is done.
Ta-da!
All right, so that's my prawn ready to use. I'm just going to quickly rinse my hands and then we will marinate this. Now, nothing goes to waste. I don't like to waste anything. I don't like to waste scraps. So this stuff that you see here,
Yes.
this is great for making stock, seafood stock,
Yes.
especially
Good
the brains here. The brains are delicious. Grab your spice box now if you've got one already. I recommended a particular brand called the Indian Spice Box. Now, I get my spices from them and then I put them in my own spice container.
I see.
Right here. And we're going to be using a few now. All right. And we'll go through them one by one.
Okay.
All right. So we've got turmeric, which is a great antiseptic, antibacterial agent. It's great for your body. It helps you detox as well. I'm taking about half a teaspoon, like half an American teaspoon. All right.
Okay.
And sprinkling it all over. Next, I'm going to take chili powder. Now, I have two kinds of chili. I have non-spicy chili. We're using the spicy kind, which is regular chili powder.
Okay,
and that's what I had recommended you to use as well.
Sure.
Okay.
And I think if we want to make for like kids and they really don't want any spice, probably
Skip it.
skip it.
Just skip it or add the Kashmiri one, which you probably don't have right now. But that's okay. Just skip your chili powder. It's fine. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon. But if you want to make the curry really mild, this is actually a very mild dish. And seafood or in general meats, any kind of protein, it's very good at absorbing spices. So even though I've added half a teaspoon of chili in there, it's not going to be spicy later on. Okay. All right. I've got salt. All right. Seafood. You should not salt your seafood for too long. You shouldn't marinate your seafood, or it's not necessary to marinate your seafood for too long because it's very delicate and it absorbs flavor very quickly.
Yes.
So 15 minutes is actually enough. Half a teaspoon of salt. All right. That's it. Done. Now you get in there with your hands. All right. Because it's a lot of prawns.
And because you have removed the head and now it's safe to actually just use your hands.
Yeah. And if you're scared of handling, prawns when they're whole, just wear gloves. All right. All right. So this is done. I've got turmeric and chili all over my prawns and fishes and salt as well. All right. So you had half a teaspoon of turmeric in there, half a teaspoon of chili, and half a teaspoon of salt. That's it. Now, if everyone's done, go wash your hands and give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we going to do with the onion?
We are going to make the curry with it. All right. So this is what we need to do next. Can we zoom in or?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right. So I've got, get your onion. You got to get all your ingredients out for your prawn dish. All right. So I've got an onion right there. You need all of these ingredients, which are right here. You need 2 cloves of garlic. You need a piece of ginger. You need chilies. I've got 4 chili putties because I like it hot. Again, it's not going to be super hot. I've got some bay leaves here, 4 bay leaves. I've got some cinnamon sticks, I've got cloves, and I have got some green cardamoms, which we will be pounding in a mortar and pestle later on to get the flavor out. But the first thing we need to do is grate our onion and grate our ginger and chop our garlic. Okay. Started with our onion first. Yeah, if you don't have a big one, it's fine. You can just use a small one. That works too. All right. But if you don't have it at all, just chop it really, really fine.
Yes, we are clocking more steps.
Okay, this is a very strong onion. It's making me tear up.
It's happening?
Yes, it's happening.
This is the first time.
It's very strong.
Oh, this is the first time that Payal is tearing from the camera. I hope you're not.
No, I've done theater.
Oh, it's fine. We're together.
I've cried on camera. I used to do theater back in school.
Okay. Those are
plays.
You had onion in your.
No, I can cry on command. So if you tell me to cry now, I will cry.
Wow.
Who wants me to cry? All right, so I am done. All right, if you've got a little bit of onion left over the end, just throw it away.
That side?
Yeah,
what's
it's
next?
right here. We're going to put it away and we're going to move on to grating our ginger.
Okay.
So I've got a knob of ginger right here. Is everyone on task? Are they done with their onion? Gabby? Give me a thumbs up if you're done with your onion. Yes? Okay, super. Let's start. Let's get a small spoon and let's start grating our ginger now. Okay? Now this is the easiest way to grate your ginger. Grab a small spoon, hold the stem between your fingers like this, and then place your ginger on top of your thumb and just grate.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just peel
like
this. Okay. So scrape.
Scrape.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the ginger is actually chopped and not grated.
If you've chopped it already, just chop it really, really fine.
Finely
okay,
chopped.
just make it very, very fine.
Yes.
So then you can't bite into it in your sauce because this has to be a very smooth sauce.
You want a very smooth curry.
Okay, I've got my ginger, my
Yes.
knob of ginger right here, and I am going to start grating this as well.
On the fine side too. Yeah.
Yes, on the fine side. Again, don't cut yourself. Okay, be very careful with this. And I need about 2 teaspoons of ginger juice, of grated ginger, not just the juice, the whole thing. My ginger ready. Just going to set that aside. About 2 teaspoons.
Yep, I think
Of
we've
ginger.
got just that.
Done.
The
that?
2 or 12? 2.
Just 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, cloves, the spice is different from cloves of garlic. All right, so we're going to grab this.
Okay.
All right, and we are going to smash them first.
Smash.
Okay. All right. So smash and smash. It just makes it easier to peel.
Yep.
And get rid of the root. Don't need it. Okay. Again, get rid of the root. Don't need it.
Yes.
And now simply chop it roughly. You don't have to chop your garlic fine. Just roughly chop garlic.
Okay.
Is good. That's it. Done.
Okay. Super quick. Just
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Because we are
Roughly
going
chop.
to take this out
Okay.
of the sauce.
Just
Okay.
to give the flavor.
This is just to give it flavor. All right, so if you've got chili padi, I've got 4 here. In the recipe, it says 2 to 3. You can use 2, 3, 4, or none. Okay, and this
4
is
is
what
good.
you need to do.
Yes.
You need to put it down,
Yes.
and then you slit it lengthways. You're not going to chop it fine.
Yep.
Ready?
Yes.
Just going to slit it lengthways.
Yep.
Okay, 1 and 2.
Careful not to touch the seeds. Yeah.
Green chili padi isn't that hot, so
Okay.
you're still fine. Even if you touch the seed, just get a bit of lemon and rub it on your fingers.
Okay.
Okay, so that's done.
Done.
All right.
Yes.
I think we're pretty much ready to make the sauce now. We're going to move on and go to our stovetop now. Grab all your stuff with you guys. All right, all set?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Let's get a saucepan, a large saucepan with a big surface area, or a heavy frying pan will do too. Get some oil. You can use coconut oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, any oil is fine. You can even use ghee if you've got ghee. I've got my coconut oil ready. I have a tablespoon
Okay.
ready.
So no flame first, or
Okay, so you need to get your saucepan ready and switch it on medium to high flame. All right, here we go. All right, pan's nice and hot.
yes.
We're gonna get ready.
Ready. Ready.
All
I feel the heat.
Okay, I'm gonna add 1. This is coconut oil. Now, traditionally, they use mustard oil in this recipe,
Ooh.
and mustard oil is beautiful.
Yes.
It's a little bitter, but it has a wonderful flavor. All right, so this is 4 tablespoons, my measuring tablespoons of coconut oil or any vegetable oil of your choice. All right,
okay.
I will switch this on so then you have more light.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, once your oil is nice and hot, you're going to start placing your prawns in there in batches. Can you hear the sizzle?
Yes. It's very light sizzle.
I will come. It's heating up. Coconut oil heats up pretty fast. So, yeah. And all we're doing is searing our prawns on both sides, nothing else. Okay? So, now just be careful. They're jumping. Just be careful you don't burn yourself, okay?
That's why a tongue is good.
That's why a tongue is good, yes. Yeah. Okay, so basically you're just searing it and browning it on both sides very quickly. And then we're going to take it out and set it aside. And then we're going to make our sauce. And once the sauce is ready, then we'll put the prawns back in towards the end. Check. See, already starting to brown. That's good. See that? Once it starts to brown, just start flipping it. Takes about a minute, or 60 to 90 seconds on each side. Okay? You're not cooking it all the way through. You're just searing it on both sides. Okay, see how fast that is? And even if it's uncooked on the inside, it's fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start taking them out. The ones that are brown on both sides can be taken out already. 3, 4. I'm just going to reduce the heat so it doesn't splutter everywhere, the oil. All right, there we go. And time to put more.
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. All right, moving on. Let's put the heat back up. Back on. The same saucepan, you know, so you have all those lovely flavors from the prawns in the oil. Okay. We are going to grab all your spices now. All right. So you've got your bay leaves ready.
Yes.
Okay. You've got your cinnamon ready.
Yes.
You've got your cloves ready.
Yes.
All of them go in. Bay leaves, cinnamon. Put your cloves in. Leave your cardamoms out and get your mortar and pestle ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the cardamom doesn't go into the.
Yes. Okay. So your cloves are in there. Grab your mortar and pestle. Okay. Place your. Now, if your spices start to burn at this point, reduce the heat. All right. Just reduce the heat if your spices are starting to burn, and toss them around while you're pounding your green cardamoms. So place your green cardamoms in your mortar and start to pound them until the seeds turn into a powder. Okay, so this is what you're doing. I always place a cushion underneath. Okay, until you get those seeds out and turn them into a powder quickly. Done.
James asking if we have cardamom powder, how much should we put?
Put half a teaspoon of cardamom powder.
Half a teaspoon.
Just half a teaspoon of the powder goes in, and add the cardamoms to the oil as well.
Can we use food processor instead?
No, you can't. Just open them up and throw them in.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no.
Just open them up very quickly and throw them in. Okay, so that's done already. The spices are in there.
Yes.
Add your garlic as well. So throw in your garlic.
Oh,
Okay.
it smells so good.
Okay. Now, people like to take the garlic out in this recipe. They always start with the garlic and then they chuck it out.
Okay.
But I actually like to keep it.
Okay.
Yes? And so now we're going to add moisture in the form of onions. So then your spices stop burning. So you've added all your spices in there. You've added all your garlic. You've added your onion in there.
Wow.
Okay.
It's pungent, but it's lovely too.
I can smell the onion, but I can also smell the sweet, sweet cardamom in there.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
Okay.
What a lovely mix. Between the onions and the cardamoms. It's really good.
Okay, now grab your sugar.
Yes.
Get a teaspoon.
Okay, maybe
Okay.
We'll put the sugar, but don't worry. Yeah, we'll wait for you. For those who have just started to put the spice in.
Okay, so add your sugar in.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to brown our onion now. I'm going to add my ginger now. So add your ginger, keep mixing. If your pan's starting to burn like mine, just reduce the heat to low and just cook the ginger slightly. And then get ready with your liquid. All right, I am ready with my liquid. I have my coconut milk right there. Just pour it all in. Add 1 cup of water. All right, along with your coconut milk. And now add your slit green chilies that you had.
Oh, we have someone who has only 400 ml of light coconut milk.
Okay, so the recipe had actually asked for 800 ml. But if you don't have it, just use your 400 ml. And if it's light Don't add any water. Just use 400 ml. That's all.
So your curry will be a bit drier.
It'll be it won't have as much sauce, but it's still okay. All right. And you also need to keep in mind, because you don't have that much sauce, don't add all the salt that I say. Add less salt. Okay. Maybe add half the amount of salt that it says in the recipe.
Yes.
All right. Other people don't get confused. The others are going to use 1.5 teaspoons of salt now. But this person who has half the amount of coconut milk and only light coconut milk, they're going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. And we are going to add the spices now. I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric
Yes.
in there. Just 1/4 teaspoon. Give it a mix. This will give it a nice yellow hue.
Okay. We go slower.
You're adding 1/4 teaspoon of chili. Now this is completely optional because, it's got 4 green chilies in there. If you want to skip this.
This is the spicy one? Or
This is the spicy one. I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon, but if you want to skip it, you can. Okay. And salt. All right. If you've got all the coconut milk that I mentioned in the recipe, so 800 ml of coconut milk,
Okay.
you're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt.
Okay.
1.5 teaspoons of
Okay.
salt.
So once it comes to a boil, we want to lower the flame, and then we
Cover it. Okay, reduce the heat to very low. See, it's simmering very gently, and that's what you want. You want a very gentle simmer. You don't want it to bubble away because you're not reducing the sauce here. We are only flavoring the sauce here.
Yep.
Okay, so that's ready. All right. And now we're going to forget about this for the next half an hour.
Okay.
Okay. Just going to simmer away for the next 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. This is it. This is done.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to move on to the next dish, but I want a thumbs up. If you're ready, we're going to move on. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right. Super. Let's move on to making our rice. So we've got our rice right here. It's been soaking away. All right, so we had 260 grams of rice in water, and we're going to get rid of that water now. Okay, so get rid of that water that it's been soaking in. All right, that's it. And now we're going to add more water to this. Okay, now if you all have a rice cooker like me, you are going to need 1.5 times the water, 1.5 times the amount of water as the rice. Okay, so we need 540 ml of water, which is literally three cups of this.
So this is 160, right?
This is 180.
180, perfect.
Okay, and that's what you need to do. You basically add 1.5 times the amount of water as your rice if you're cooking this in a rice cooker. If you're doing this in a saucepan, then you need double the amount. All right, my pan's going already. All right, we're going to move on. Get a saucepan or a frying pan going. If you're doing this in a rice cooker, get a frying pan going, a small frying pan. If you're doing this on the stove top, then you need your rice saucepan going, an empty saucepan. All right, get an empty saucepan. Either get ghee now. Ghee is Indian clarified butter. I'm going to bring that over now, or get coconut oil, or any vegetable oil of your choice. All right. I've got ghee. You can use ghee. You can use butter, or you can use any vegetable oil. Okay. You can use 1 to 2 teaspoons. Not a problem. Reduce the heat if your pan is too hot. 1 to 2 tablespoons. I'm sorry. So 1 tablespoon. And I'm adding 2 tablespoons because I want my rice to be nice and fluffy. All right. Here we go. All right, that's done. And bring over your spices that I gave you, that you had in the list earlier. You've got a bay leaf, you've got cinnamon, and you've got 4 cloves, not cloves of garlic, just cloves as spices. All right, so grab those, all right, and pop them in your ghee or butter. And they're going to start to season very quickly. It's going to start to season. Are you okay?
Yep.
It's going to start to season the oil very quickly. It releases a lot of flavor. Some people even like to add cumin here. If you want to add cumin seeds to this, you totally can. All right.
So
That's
bring
it.
the camera over.
See, this is done already. And now, all you have to do, if you're doing this on the stove top, you add your rice to this, all right, into your large saucepan. If you're not doing this in your saucepan and you're doing it in your rice cooker, you're going to add all of this, put it down. Don't do what I'm doing. Okay, put it down and pour all that hot oil in there. Okay, this is going to season my oil. That's done. About half a teaspoon of turmeric, not too much, just half a teaspoon. Put it in. And salt, add half a teaspoon, or you can even add more. If you want to add more salt to it, you want to flavor it more, you can add 1 teaspoon. Now, if you're feeling extra fancy, you can actually use saffron here instead of turmeric. Don't use both.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so take a nice teaspoon of saffron and throw that in there instead of turmeric next time. Okay, all right. So this is ready. I'm going to move over to my rice cooker and I'm going to add this in.
Turmeric in
Put
the
it
rice
in.
cooker.
Okay, my turmeric rice in the rice cooker. Close it. Switch it on. Okay, we're going to be making aloo gobi now. So grab your 500 grams of cauliflower. So get your 500 grams of cauliflower and I'm going to show you how to chop it. All right, you ready to zoom in?
Yes, ready. Always ready.
Okay. So hold it upside down like this.
Yep.
Grab a paring knife like this. And then basically just cut the florets below like this.
It really depends the size of your cauliflower. So it's about, what's the weight of this?
500 grams of cauliflower is what we need.
Yeah.
And this, we're going to use our hands to basically split it into smaller florets. If you don't want to use your hands, you can also use your paring knife and cut it into medium-sized florets. All right, so you've got your florets ready, plenty. All right, and if you don't want to waste your stock, you can actually use the pith in the stock as well. So this area on the inside is actually edible. I'm not going to use it today, but I will show you how to use it if you want to use your stock, if you've got lots of stock. So this is what you do. You basically get rid of the outside. Okay. Don't need the outside because it's quite fibrous. And I do this with broccoli as well. I use the pith in a broccoli as well.
Yeah, broccoli is Gabrielle's favorite food.
Is it?
Yes.
Mine, no, I don't like broccoli. Broccoli's smelly.
Ouch.
Gabby, sorry.
So we never cook broccoli here.
Okay, so here we go. All right.
She's so sad. It's okay. Next time you will run a cooking class and you'll cook broccoli.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Done with my cauliflower. If everyone's done, give me a thumbs up so I can move on to my potato. My favorite vegetable. Get your potatoes and we're going to start peeling them. Get a potato, get a vegetable peeler or a potato peeler and start peeling your potatoes. All over India. Everyone makes aloo gobi. It's a very common dish all over and everyone makes it differently.
Sorry.
All right, so grab a big knife and start cutting your potatoes. All right, cut it in half. I've got, my potatoes are medium sized. If you've got large potatoes, you're going to cut them into smaller pieces. The potato is stuck. There. All right, cut it in half.
It doesn't want to get cooked. It's like, knife, save me.
Okay, so about 1 inch cubes. Okay.
So half and then into 4 quarters.
But mine is quite small. So if yours is bigger, then you have to cut it in 1 inch pieces. All right.
Done.
Potatoes done. All right. Set them aside. Actually, you can just throw them together with your cauliflower.
They get to meet even before.
Yeah, they are butchered. All right. If you are done with your potatoes and your cauliflower, you're going to grab your other stuff. You need chilies, okay, 2 chili paddies. You need tomatoes, all right, nice ripe tomatoes, not from a can, fresh tomatoes. You need coriander, which will go in toward the end. You need a tiny bit of lemon. I have a quarter of a lemon. You need this stuff. Now, this is optional. This is hing or asafoetida. Doesn't matter if you don't have it, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I was told. But recent studies have actually shown that this is umami, the new word, the new buzzword. All right. Everyone's talking about adding umami to their food. So we're going to add a little bit of umami
Yay.
to ours by adding a pinch of asafoetida.
So fun. Okay. If we use tin tomato, how much do we use?
You use less. So if you're using tin tomatoes in this recipe, maybe use 400, your tin, your one can tomato, not more, because tin tomatoes are very sour. Okay. So just use 1 can of tomatoes. Don't use 600 grams. This is 600 grams. These are very, very fresh. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. You also need a piece of ginger. So grab a big piece of ginger. This is what you need. And we're going to peel it now. I hope everyone is on task. Okay. We're going to peel our ginger using my handy dandy small spoon again. And once you've peeled your ginger, you can either grate it like I did earlier, or you can chop it super fine, which we are going to do now. All right, now it's been about half an hour already.
Yep.
So you're going to go back to your stovetop and you're going to turn off the heat for the sauce that you've been making. Okay, so we're just going to walk over, and all you have to do is just turn it off. It's been simmering away. Touch this with my bare.
No, please don't.
Because I'm not crazy. So I'm going to pick it up. See, it's been simmering away. Okay, I'm just going to give it a stir just to make sure it hasn't burnt or anything at the bottom. It smells really good and it's nice and thick. Yeah, and turn it off. Okay, we'll go back to it later. All right, so that's done.
Okay, let's go back to the ginger.
The stems, the crown from the chili. Done. 2 chilies. If you are going easy on the heat level, then add less chilies. Okay. I'm going to start chopping my. Okay, chop your chilies as well, people, and it's okay if they get mixed up with your ginger. That's fine too. So just chop them together. All right, so that's my ginger and my chili ready. Yes. I also need some curry leaves. Now, if you've got fresh curry leaves, you just wash them and have them ready.
Yes.
I washed my curry leaves and I popped them in the freezer.
Okay.
Taking about 15 to 20 of those. Yep. And I will be using them frozen. Okay. Okay, but if you've got fresh, even better.
Yes.
All right. And finally, okay, so you set your ginger and your chili aside. You've got your curry leaves ready. You're going to set those aside. We're going to chop our tomatoes now. And we're just going to roughly chop them.
Okay.
All right. So just get rid of that crown. Okay. If you've got canned tomatoes, if they're whole canned tomatoes, just chop them up roughly as well on your chopping board. Okay. Most of the time they're chopped, but sometimes they are whole canned tomatoes. All right. And now all I have to do is just roughly chop this into cubes. Not small cubes, just roughly chopped cubes. Okay. So you have some juice from the tomatoes flowing into your curry and giving it moisture, and some chunky bits in your mouth. Okay. Yeah.
And we'll just put the tomato slice and put it in the fridge. And just before dinner, we'll take them out and sprinkle sugar on it.
Oh, okay.
Weird, right?
All right, so we're going to move on to the actual cooking process now.
Yes.
So you've got your tomatoes chopped, you've got your ginger chopped, you've got your cauliflower and potato ready.
Do we need any of this?
We're going to take the hing with us.
Okay, only the hing. Okay.
Just the hing.
Let's take good care.
All right, and we're going to move on to the cooking station now. Everything's ready. And I am just going to move this over here, and we're going to grab a sauce. If you need a big saucepan or you need a heavy base wok. Okay, again, you need this you need a big one and you need a heavy base one so your cauliflower doesn't burn. Okay, we're going to fry up the cauliflower first. All right, this should be about 4 tablespoons, but I'm going to measure it out anyway. All right, make your pan hot first, like I said. So I'm going to wait and feel it.
Yes.
And add 1, 2, 3, and 4 tablespoons of oil in there.
Yes.
All right. Now, everyone, grab your cumin seeds, not cumin powder. These are cumin seeds,
Yes.
whole seeds.
Use the whole spice.
Whole seeds, and you're going to grab your curry leaves as well. Okay, and your cauliflower and potatoes. You need three things. You need your cumin seeds, you need your curry leaves, and you need your cauliflower and potato ready. Okay, so I'm going to add about a tablespoon of cumin seeds in hot oil. Cumin seeds, you need 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds in hot oil, and my oil is really hot, so they're starting to splutter straight away. Yes?
Yep.
Add your curry leaves. Woo! Okay, and add all of your cauliflower and potato in there. Done. Okay, grab a spatula, and we're going to start stir frying this on medium to high heat for the next 5 to 10 minutes until the cauliflower starts to brown. Okay, so spread it out, leave it alone for the next minute, and then we're going to stir it again after 1 minute. Okay, we're going to let that heat build up at the bottom so it browns at the bottom, and then we're going to flip. Okay, so I'm going to flip my cauliflower. If your pan is thinner than mine is very heavy. Mine is a Korean box and it's super heavy. But if your pan is thinner than mine, your cauliflower is going to start browning before mine. Okay. Spread it out, and stir every minute or so. And we're going to continue doing this until our cauliflower is golden brown all over. See, it's getting there slowly. See that?
Yes.
See that? Oh, that's the color you want. But you don't want to drop it. Okay? I'm going to rinse this off and pop it back in. See how brown it's getting? That's the color you want all over. Yeah?
Yes.
And at this point, you're also softening the cauliflower, and you're also taking away the smell from it. You know, cauliflower has a very peculiar smell. All right, so there we go. Your cauliflower should have browned like mine. You don't want to burn it completely. You just want a nice golden color all over. Yeah. And if you've got that, I'm going to reduce the heat now because I'm waiting for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the heat so it doesn't burn, and I want to see if you guys are done. So give me a thumbs up if you are ready and if your cauliflower has started to brown. All right, okay, awesome. Let's get all our other ingredients out. We need to get our tomatoes ready because your cauliflower is brown now. Add your ginger and your chili and your tomatoes, all of it. Okay, give it a stir. Ginger, chilies, tomatoes go in, give it a stir. Put the heat back up on medium. Okay, heat back on. So here, heat back on medium. Stir, stir. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. Put that in now. Okay, if you're done with your half a teaspoon of turmeric, get your chili out. The chili in here is optional. If you don't want to add it, that's fine, but I'm going to add some. I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of chili, sprinkle it all over. Then you're going to bring your coriander powder. Okay, so ground coriander. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of ground coriander all over, 1 whole tablespoon, all right? Sprinkle it all over. And finally, you're going to take about a 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Again, sprinkle it all over. That's 1 teaspoon and another half. Sprinkle it all over. All right. We will also add garam masala, but not now.
Okay, later.
Okay? Not now. We're going to add this later. Okay, now stir. Stir, stir, stir. Bring your lid on. Get your lid on. Get your lid. And once you mix all your spices all over your cauliflower, make sure nothing's stuck at the bottom. So scrape your pan if you have to. Give it a good stir. And cover it. Now, cover it and reduce the heat to low to medium. So not exactly low, but here. All right, it's not exactly low, not all the way down, but between medium low. You've added all your spices, you've stirred it really well, and I have covered it now on low to medium heat. And we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we're going to go back, give it another stir, make sure we mix all that moisture from the tomatoes with the vegetables, and then let it cook for another 10 minutes until the potatoes are cooked. Okay? Let's see how everyone is doing. If you've done this step already, give me a thumbs up. So grab a spoon, a spatula, and then let's check your rice, shall we? Okay, we're going to move on and open up our rice cooker now. So if you see any spices on top, if you've got your cloves on top, if you've got your bay leaves on top, you can actually get rid of them now. You don't need them. Okay, and the cloves as well. Not garlic cloves, cloves. Okay, all right. And now you just fluff it up. And you can do the same thing.
It smells buttery.
See that?
It's because of the ghee.
See that? That's done. It's so fluffy.
Yes. Because we soak the rice.
Because you soaked the rice and you've also added ghee to it. So then the oil helps as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. See that? That's nice. And if you've done that in a saucepan, that should be done too by now. All right. I'm just going to keep this covered so it stays warm. Just fluff it up and then cover it again so it stays nice and warm. And then we'll finish off our sauce now.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so that's ready.
No, I switch off. Just now it's low bat.
Okay, this is fine. We're going to check this and finish off our sauce now. And we're going to add our prawns when you're ready. Okay. Now, this will take a good 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just make sure that your heat is not on too high.
Yep.
And if nothing's burning at the bottom, okay?
Yeah, just low
and this is for your aloo gobi.
Yeah. Keep it cooking, the potatoes and the cauliflower.
Keep it cooking.
Let's come back and finish off the curry.
Let's check the sauce, shall we?
Yes, how to check.
All right, so just get your spoon and check. And grab a spoon and taste it to see if the seasonings are okay. You need to check for salt.
Okay.
You need to check for chili. Yeah.
Salt and chili.
Right, so just... It's got enough salt in it for me. And it's got a nice kick to it from the chili.
Awesome.
Okay. You're going to bring the heat back up.
Yes.
So everyone, go back to your sauce for the shrimp.
Yep.
Check for salt.
Yep.
Bring the heat back up. And bring the sauce to a boil again. Okay. Yep. Let it come to a boil. And at this point, grab all your prawns that you have. And all the juices that they've collected at the bottom. Everything goes in. Yep. Okay, all of it. And this needs to simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes once it comes to a boil. Okay, so we let it come to a boil and then we simmer it for anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes depending on the size of your prawns. Mine are giants, as you can see, so they'll take about 5 minutes to cook. Okay. Yeah, but if yours are smaller, they should not take more than 3 minutes to cook. Okay.
We're just talking about what to cook next month. So if you have any ideas.
You know what I want to do?
Oh, you have an idea?
Okay. So I really want to teach people how to make a nice shashuka.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I could do that with eggs. We could just do a simple egg shashuka.
Okay.
But my favorite kind of shashuka is actually lamb. So if you can get minced lamb, it's like my ultimate comfort food.
We need both.
Okay.
Over chat.
And if you've got ovens, you need to tell me. If you've got an oven, you need to tell me because we can make some bread as well then to go with it. So we can make like an Arabic bread or we can do a pita bread to go with it. I can see so many thumbs up already. Yay. Okay.
Yeah, shashuka is such a good brunch food.
Okay. So this is simmering. That's good. Okay. So let's have a look at the sauce. Your sauce should be boiling or simmering as well at this point.
Let's see. Coriander leaves, no, later also, not yet.
No. So don't touch the coriander leaves. Don't touch the lemon juice yet. Okay, wait for your sauce to come to a simmer. I saw a bubble there.
Me too.
There, see there?
We frightened them.
Yeah, see there. See a little bubble there, a bubble there, a bubble here and there. Okay. Once it does that, you just have to reduce the heat and give it 3 to 5 minutes.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to give mine 5 minutes because mine are huge. But if yours are smaller, they won't take that long. Okay, so let that cook. That's fine.
Yes, so we have, because this will retain the heat for a while. So
yeah, that's fine. So I've reduced the heat already, and I'm just going to give it 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go back to the aloo gobi in the meantime.
Let's do this.
I'm going to take the lid off. Now, if you're done with that, you're going to lift the lid off your aloo gobi now and see how the liquid at the bottom from the tomatoes is settling down. Just give that a stir and bring it back up. So then your aloo gobi is completely covered in moisture. Yeah. See that?
Yes.
The potatoes are starting to change color already, which means they are getting there.
Yes.
Right? And then spread it out again once you've stirred it. You don't want to turn it into a mush. You're just gently stirring it.
Yep.
And bringing the tomatoes up and just, letting everything mingle.
They are socializing so well.
They are not they're not social distancing at all. PM Lee is not going to be happy about this.
Well, who cares about PM Lee's opinion on our aloo gobi?
Okay. We're going to put the lid back on.
Yes.
And we're going to let this sit for another 10 minutes until my potatoes are done.
Okay.
Okay. And we will just make sure this doesn't split. Yeah. Okay. So just give it a stir.
When I cook, I love to have like 2 stoves cooking at the same time because I feel like, wow, like I'm cooking so well and like a chef and like having 2 or 3 dishes ready all at the same time. Yeah, just,
It's nice to have a few stove tops. Yes. I think my prawns look done already. They changed color completely totally. And they actually look done.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's turn this
Any
off.
garnish for this?
No, this is fine as it is. If you want to add coriander leaves to it, you can, but this is actually served like this.
Okay.
Now, this curry has a nice, it's got a funny story to it.
Okay, we want to hear the story.
Yeah, so it's from the east of India, the curry. I've turned my heat off, and if your prawns are done, turn the heat off on your prawns as well. We're just waiting for the aloo gobi to be done right now, and once that's done, we'll finish it off, okay? The curry is called chingri malai. Chingri is shrimp.
Malai, yes.
Chingri is shrimp in Bengali, which is, from the Bay of Bengali is the language they speak in the Bay of Bengal in the east of India. And malai is cream.
Okay.
But did you notice there's no cream in here?
No.
It's just coconut milk.
Yes.
It's called chingri malai because the Malays, they say that the Malays brought this curry into the east of India.
Okay.
And it was actually chingri malay
Oh.
and not chingri malai. But Indians started calling it malai because that's how they pronounce things phonetically. And so it became chingri malai, but it's actually chingri malay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a Malay shrimp curry.
So it's a Malay curry because it's got coconut milk.
Yep.
There is no coconut milk in the Bay of Bengal. They might have coconut trees. Actually, I've never been there because they're along the coast. But they don't use a lot of coconut milk in their food.
No.
Yeah. So this was very surprising when I first had it. I had this for the first time in Singapore many years ago, and I continue to go back to that restaurant, and I still eat it every time I go there. And it's an amazing dish. It's so mild and flavorful, and the prawn really releases all its flavor into the sauce. Okay, I have coriander leaves right here. These are coriander leaves. You're gonna get rid of the root and basically just take the bottom out and get rid of it. And we're going to roughly chop the coriander. And I also have a quarter of a lemon, which I'm going to squeeze. You can do this directly into your aloo gobi later on, but I'm just going to squeeze it here since we have time. Yeah. You need about a tablespoon of lemon juice, that's all. All right, that's ready. And we're going to chop up our coriander roughly. right there. Grab a knife. And I've got the leaves and part of the stem. Okay, so don't get rid of that stem. It's actually a lot of flavor.
Yes.
Okay, and don't over chop your coriander. Okay, I've chopped it. I've given it one sharp cut, and you know it's roughly chopped. That's all you need. Don't chop it over and over again.
Yeah.
You don't want to flavor the board. Okay.
So waiting, I wonder, can we see some of the shrimp curry by everyone?
Okay, show us your shrimp curry, guys. Since we're waiting for the aloo gobi to finish, if it's done, have you tasted it already? Yeah. If you've tasted it, tell me how it is. I can see that. Looks nice. Looks great.
Ooh, Ella, very nice.
Looks awesome.
Well done. Jane was too quick. Can we see it again?
Looks great, Jane.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Carol, can we see it again?
That's awesome, guys.
Nice,
Well done.
steaming.
We're gonna finish off the aloo gobi. So get your coriander ready, guys. Get your lemon juice ready, and get your garam masala ready, which we haven't added yet. So this stuff here is garam masala. We add it toward the end in curries. We're not gonna add it in here in the brown curry. We're only gonna add it to our North Indian aloo gobi.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get ready and check on the potatoes now. So get your coriander out, get your lemon juice out, and get your garam masala out. And we're gonna finish off our aloo gobi now, guys. Okay, just put it here. There we go. My potatoes actually look cooked now. Yours should be too. And it smells a little charred at the bottom. Can you smell that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's flavor. Charred vegetables are the best. See that potato? It's done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just breaks off like
Very
just with a
easily.
simple,
Yeah,
like a press.
Yeah, there, that's done. I'm going to finish it off with about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala. And make sure you sprinkle it all over from a height. So then it disperses evenly. Okay?
Ah, okay. So
Right.
not too near. And then,
Just sprinkle it
gently.
gently all over. You don't want to put too much, just about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, if you're done with that, you're going to add your lemon juice next. So add about a tablespoon of lemon juice all over. Now, the purpose of adding lemon juice to this is to bring out the flavor. My mother does this all the time. She adds lemon juice to a lot of her dishes because acid brings out flavor.
Yes.
Yeah. Give it a stir. And finally, finish it off with your coriander. Okay. So here we go. All of that coriander goes in. Okay. Let's stir, stir, stir. You've got 3/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala in there. We've got coriander leaves in there, dispersed evenly. And you've got a tablespoon of lemon juice, and turn off your heat now. Your potatoes should be done now. And there is your dinner ready.
Yay.
So aloo gobi done, shrimp curry done. We're ready to eat, people.
We are
Okay.
ready.
Now all you have to do is plate. You
Yes.
can, curry, Indian food is ugly delicious. All right. No matter how much you try to make it look pretty, it's not going to look pretty. So I'm not going to bother plating it nicely, and I'm going to let you go off in peace and enjoy your dinner.
Yes.
All right.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone. Really happy that you're joining our November's class special for Deepavali. Yeah, hope you get to also celebrate the festival here. And so this is the first class, paid class, that Payal is running. So thank you so much for joining us. And if you enjoyed, please help to share so that we can have more people, joining us, learning to cook together.
Yep. And we're constantly learning from our mistakes. So if it's, if there's anything you want to suggest, please let us know. We're happy to take suggestions because they help us improve.
Yep.
And from next time onward, I'm actually going to be sending you the recipes as well at the same time when you sign up. So then you have them handy. All right? Thank you all for coming. Enjoy your dinner. Bye.
Thank you all. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.